where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. The officers of DRI are ever ready to respond to the call of duty, sometimes at the risk of their own lives. DRI, the apex agency of Government of India, prides itself in having booked a broad spectrum of cases touching a wide variety of smuggled commodities, ranging from narcotics to arms and explosives and wildlife. It has been successful in cracking the most complex modus operandi adopted by smugglers, with investigations spanning across countries, banking on its rich information and intelligence network. In a major strike on narco-terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, DRI seized 21.8 kilograms of high-quality heroin and 2 foreign-made pistols and magazines at the international border in Akhnu region of Jammu on 6th November 2018. Less than a week later, in another joint operation, DRI seized an AK-56 rifle, magazines and bullets along with huge stockpile of ammunition, knowing well that the enemy lies but a few hundred meters away. Undaunted, the DRI team went ahead in this operation. The operation has been hailed at the highest level as one of the finest intelligence endeavors. In a case of illicit manufacture of fentanyl hydrochloride, a drug covered under the NDPS Act, around 11 kilograms of this drug, valued at 11.6 million USD, was seized from 3 different premises in Madhya Pradesh. Fentanyl is 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more potent than heroin. A dose as small as 2 milligram can prove fatal. This illicit drug was mixed with activated carbon powder to conceal the true identity to avoid detection. The fentanyl was to be smuggled to Mexico from India to be eventually supplied to the United States. DRI seized 23.32 metric tons of Mandrax tablets valued at more than rupees 4,600 crores in the international market from a godown at Udaipur in Rajasthan. Officers searched the godown and found a secret chamber where 39 pallets, each containing 20 cartons, were hidden. This case has been hailed as the biggest case of seizure of Mandrax in the world. Destroying such a huge quantity of drugs was in itself very challenging. A cement factory was hired and the seized tablets were incinerated in a furnace. DRI, through its persistent efforts, has made a significant dent in stemming the smuggling of precious flora and fauna of our nation. DRI has also made significant contribution in preservation of our rich cultural heritage. In one such case of antiques, the premises of an American businessman of Indian origin were searched, resulting in the recovery of various priceless antiquities which were to be smuggled out of India for selling to various international auction houses. Further, due to DRI's untiring efforts, over 200 artifacts smuggled to the US earlier were repatriated by the United States during a state visit by our Prime Minister. Interestingly, these artifacts were seized by the US authorities based on information provided by DRI itself. State-sponsored smuggling and circulation of fake Indian currency notes has been a threat to India's financial system. In one such landmark case, DRI intercepted a Mercedes-Benz bus which had arrived from Turkey via Bangladesh. After 3 painstaking days of search, DRI recovered the fake currency notes, totaling rupees 1.54 crores, which had been hidden in the cooling unit of the air conditioner of the bus. 3 persons were arrested, including 2 foreigners. DRI coordinates with other intelligence agencies to protect our country from external threats. One such significant case involved seizure of missiles disguised as water purifying equipment. On the basis of specific intelligence received, officers rummaged a ship and observed that apart from the declared sugar, the hatches contained large number of wooden boxes. With the assistance of local police and BSF, extensive examination was conducted and it revealed that these boxes contained equipment for a surface-to-surface missile program. The cargo, containing sensitive literature and blueprints, also was seized and handed over to the DRDO. In another case, having a great bearing on national security, information was received in the year 1986 about smuggling of huge amount of gold into India by Dawood Ibrahim. The intelligence indicated that gold was smuggled into Mumbai and delivered to one Mohammed Anis, a close associate of Dawood. On this intelligence, the residential premises of Mohammed Anis was searched, and during the search, large amount of Indian currency, a bulletproof jacket, and a notebook containing entries of gold worth crores were recovered. Subsequently, a preventive detention under the Kofe Posa was issued against Dawood Ibrahim on 23rd March 1987, which remains unexecuted till this date. DRI has been in the forefront of seizing demonetized currency as well. In one such remarkable case, DRI had seized around 49 crores of demonetized currency in denominations of rupees 1000 and rupees 500, which were no longer legal tender. In a path-breaking case of trade-based money laundering based on intelligence, certain consignments of rough diamonds were intercepted and examined in Mumbai. The consignments declared to customs at 156 crore rupees were in fact found to be worth only 1.06 crores by the expert panel. This busted a nexus of certain traders who were importing extremely cheap quality rough diamonds from Hong Kong with overvaluation to the tune of 100 to 150 times of the actual value. It was clear that these syndicates were using these cheap diamonds for siphoning off the money to Hong Kong and UAE by creating various dummy firms. Such stories represent only a tiny fraction of the intelligence collection and investigative work undertaken by DRI. Lots of such work goes unheard and unknown by officers who will remain unsung. Ever since its inception in 1957, DRI has discharged its responsibilities with utmost commitment and professionalism and has made a significant contribution in safeguarding India's interests at home and abroad and in ensuring national security. The Directorate of Revenue Intelligence is externally vigilant in the service of this great nation. Jai Hind.